Good morning everyone and welcome to today's video. It's a new year, which means there are new TikTok trends for us to try. And as per usual, I'm gonna jump right into it, so I'm gonna start by applying my primer all over my face. Luckily, this is a step that doesn't change often. But of the 10 TikTok makeup trends we have today, the first one is applying your powder before your foundation. Now this has been lingering around for a while. The same thing happened last year, which if you're interested in seeing me do the exact same thing with 2022 makeup trends, I will have that linked here for you so you can see how that turned out. Or rather linked up here with a little preview here. That's how I'm gonna do it. But I don't know exactly what the logic is behind this. I don't know exactly why this works. I can't say it makes the biggest difference to me, but it does work. I used to think that if you put any type of powder under any type of liquid, you're going to ruin your makeup, because that has happened. Do not set your face and then try and go in with concealer, but for some reason a very light layer before your foundation works. And to do this, I'm just using this banana setting powder, but a translucent one works too. The only requirement is that it's a loose powder and not a pressed powder. Now I'm not going to do anything too special for my foundation. There is a TikTok foundation trick where you mix your foundation in water and you like blend it until it's fluffy. And that would definitely have been fun to try, but I don't have one of those little like milk whiskers to do it with. And if I was going to mix my foundation by hand, that would have been this whole video. So moving swiftly along to the concealer. The second TikTok trend for today is letting your concealer set and dry before you blend it out. And of course, apply it so that it lifts your face. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit scared of this one because I don't like letting my concealer dry down entirely before blending it out. Like, I understand a little bit, it adds a little bit more coverage, and I'm sure that's the idea behind this trend. But I'm scared that you do this and then your concealer dries down entirely and then it does not move. And then my concealer just looks like this for the whole day. Just not a cute look. But to lift, I'm going up here on the outer corners of my eyes. You're going to take it here by your nose and take it up. And this is to brighten up here this little corner of your nose. Also by the corner of your mouth. So now I'm going to leave that and not think about that while doing my brows. There isn't anything special about brows this year that I can tell, other than the fact that we have been leaning more towards natural brows and light and fluffy brows, but soap brows aren't that big anymore, and people just haven't been talking about their brows that much anymore. Now I'm going to be using this Julian Eyebrow Pomade? Where was I? Anyways, concealer. You're now supposed to blend the concealer up so that it does lift your face, and I find that using a brush is a lot better than using a beauty blender because you can actually move the product where you want it to go. So I'm gonna move this line up here, this line up here, and then this up here. You go up the side of your nose to create that straight line for where your contour is going to be, and then you drag it out and let it lift your eye and your brow. You don't go above that line. Now, reverse contouring was a trend for quite a minute, where you put the contour on your nose and then you carve it out the concealer. And I really thought that's what I'd be doing in this video, but that ended up dying out a bit for something else. I am, however, gonna go in with my beauty blender and just go over this to pick up if there's any extra product, because it's very easy to cake your concealer on with this technique. And then can you believe baking's making a bit of a comeback, so I'm just gonna put the powder there and leave it for a bit, which was trend number 3. But let's move on to number 4, which is contouring. Specifically round face contouring. So I'm going to pick up my contour shade and show you. You go in the hollow of your cheek and then you bring it down next to your mouth, like so. And then around the top of your forehead and underneath your jaw. Now the reason this became a thing is that plastic surgery where you suck the fat out of your cheeks to give yourself that like snatched look was trending for a while, and everyone was getting it and everyone was talking about it. And then some people rejected. They were like, no thanks, I really like my round cheeks. It took me so long to learn how to contour them, how to love them, and I'm not about to get rid of them now. So round face contouring picked up some momentum again, and I think that's good. There's a lot of cute round faced people out there, and I don't want people like that to feel like they're not cute just because of a TikTok trend to get plastic surgery. I used to contour like this myself, and then also like go in around my chin like this back in first year when I thought my face was chubby, which doesn't mean this contour is only for people with chubby faces, but the reason I stopped is because it kind of like highlights your jawbone here, and that looks like really intense to me. That's not really the vibe I'm going for. So hello. I discovered other techniques that complement my face a little bit better, but it's always fun to try something different. Which brings us to the nose contour, where the trend is to contour your nose with your fingers. So you take your ring fingers, you pick up whatever contour shade you're going to use, typically cream, but we can use powder too. And then you rub your nose contour on with your fingers and blend it out, and it'll give you a perfectly natural looking nose contour. Now every now and then a new version of doing your makeup with your hands comes back, and I'm okay with that. People initially did their makeup with their hands, and it's a very like beginner friendly way to do your makeup, so I have no hate about it. We're all very good at using our hands since we spend our whole lives practicing how to use them, so you can get a flawless full face look out of using your hands. I mean, well, certain things are harder with just your hands. I did a whole video where I tried doing my makeup with my hands. But it bugs me that people come out with this and then they're just like, this is better than any brush. Revolutionize, just use your hands. It's so like good for you. And I'm like, your hands are just another tool, just like a brush. Like, it's about how you use it. But we should be able to touch our faces while doing our makeup without feeling judged for doing so. There was a point where it was very unprofessional to use your hands on yourself and you had to have a different brush for everything, and that's also not realistic. I'm currently, and my brushes are cool face, so I will still be using them as much as possible. And I'm just quickly going to dust away this baking here and bring it over the nose contour a little bit. Moving on to eyeshadows, Siren Eyes were all the craze this year, and I have no complaints because I have been very into tight lining this year, which is where you put your black eyeliner in your lower waterline and your upper waterline. And I really like the way it makes the shape of my eye look, so I have been doing it a lot. And the Siren Eye is just an extension of this into a whole eyeshadow look. Now on this side I tight line all around, and this side I just cut it in my lower lash line. Now on this side I tight line all around, and on this side I just put the eyeliner on my lower waterline. And you can see there is a difference. Like, it's easy to believe there isn't because you can't really see in there, but you can. It makes a difference. But I'm going to use the Soft Glam palette to do this, and I'm going to try and use my eyeliner brush. Now you can do this with eyeliner or eyeshadow, but I'm going to be doing it with eyeshadow. So I'm first just going to go in with Tempera and set my lids because I like brightening up my lid space. But nothing too hectic. I'm really diffusing it. Just giving myself a nice clean canvas because nothing else is going to go up here. You're not going to do anything on your lids. Now I'm going to go in with my eyeliner brush, which is also my eyebrow brush, and I'm going to be picking up some black eyeshadow. You do this black or brown, it is up to you. And I'm going to extend the outer corner of my eye. You really want this wing to be pretty flat. You don't want it to go up. So you get that wing base and then you drag it back onto your lid, and then you let it blend in with your lid. You're not going to go all the way across your upper eyelid. And that's what was important to tight line, because otherwise the black would just stop here and this would be empty. The tight lining makes it black all the way through, so you can stop short with your eyeliner like this. This can be nice and smoky, so feel free to pull it out. You are also welcome to blend it out a little bit, but it's very easy to blend it out too far, so I tend to avoid that. Now once you're happy with that, you can move on to the inner corner. And here we focus on extending it on the lower lash line, not really the upper lash line. Usually if I do an inner corner wing, I color in that tiny bit of the upper lash line. But instead we're just going to extend it and then color in the lower lash line. This flat little triangle piece down here. Now lastly, you pick up a little bit of eyeshadow and you stamp it right on the edge of your lower lash line. And you blend it out the smallest bit. So I first apply it with the same skinny brush. And then I'm going to go in with a different clean brush to try and blend it a little bit. The keyword here being clean. You don't want to put any other funny colors down here. Now you can also do this with eyeliner. The flex is just to do it with eyeshadow. But moving on to lashes. You get to go with your natural lashes if you want to, because there's nothing really on your upper lash line to hide your lashes. So you can just put on a healthy amount of mascara, curl your lashes and have a good day, which is very nice. But the trend with false lashes has been to put them on underneath your lash line. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared of that. So I'm gonna try, but absolutely no promises. So you obviously have to put the lash glue on first. I know some people have been like drawing the lash glue onto their upper lash line, but I just find that makes my whole eye sticky. I don't like doing that. Trying to find where I'm going to stick these. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just got that on. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me do the other one. I'd show you how I'm doing this, but it's a two-hand activity and I need to be like this close to my mirror. So there we go. I guess, let me tell you, it is as bad as it sounds. It like touches your eye very easily, and it's not like fully stuck to my lash line. It's more kind of clinging to my own lashes, which are kind of in the way. But even though the lashes aren't perfectly on my lash line, you can't see the gap because the gap is hanging in there somewhere. But like, I'm surprised at how good it looks, but I know it's not actually sticking to anything. I know it's just like floating in there because I had to get in there and like pinch them together for them to stay, but like, they're on. Yay me, very proud. Swiftly moving on to blush. Cream blush was all the craze this year. So I'll be using this very old like lip crayon, and I'm going to dab it on my cheeks on both sides and blend it out. But another part of the blush trend is that the more blush, the better. You can put it right up underneath your eyes. You can drag it all the way across your nose. Just blush to the heavens. So I'll be dragging mine in a little bit for that sunburnt look and then blending it out as much as possible. But as much as blush has been everywhere, it hasn't really been down. It's been more this upper area. Some people are also mixing it in with their concealer. But onto lips with the last two trends. The first one is what you're going to do your lips with. Apparently your perfect lip is going to be whatever you use to do your eyebrows as an outline and whatever you use to do your blush to fill in your lips. So this is what we're going to be using. But regardless of what you've been using, the trend has been to do O-shaped lip liner. And that's where you do a cute little O right here in the middle of your mouth and then just connect it to the outer corners. And I'm first going to do it with this nude eyeliner so that I can map it out without making a mess. And then I'll go over it with my eyebrow pomade. It feels like all the TikTok lip trends just don't like a cupid's bow. So there we have the cute little circle. It feels really like 1920s. And then I'm going to connect it to the corners of my lips, like so. That's kind of cute, I'm not gonna lie, but now I'm gonna fill it in with this color, trying my best to color in inside of the lines, and now blend until it looks cute. It is definitely a look, but I don't hate it. Now there isn't any particular trend for highlighter, so you can do it however you want to. Glad to see TikTok can respect each other's differences in some regard. Oh gosh, that lash is going. But then this is the final result for TikTok trends of 2023. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed the way this look turned out, because I'll be ripping this lash off the second the camera goes off. But I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making this, because I really do enjoy making these videos. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye bye. But this side doesn't have any glue on and this side does, so that is the difference. The glue is doing something, but I can't even tell you what it's sticking to, so... And I'm scared of getting glue in my eye, but I need to get this back on because I need to take a picture of this look.